And that's the thing is, I wanted to talk to you about your just being a submissive in general, because that's a world that a lot of people don't really know much about. You know, it's a world that exists that a lot of people are in that you wouldn't know are in, because a lot of people can do it without it be like people again, like you said that, or we talked about there's a perception of adult film work and there's a reality, and there's a perception I think of a BDSM kink lifestyle, and there's a reality. People think of dungeons, people think of like what they might see in movies or TV shows, that it's this very kind of dark.
Yeah, what's that movie, 50 Shades?
Yeah, there's 50. Well, 50. And I've heard 50 Shades is a very awful.
It's very romanticized.
Yeah, it's not an accurate portrayal of what that lifestyle is like. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Secretary.
Yes,
I'm sure you. Yeah,
if I had a job, then it would probably be like that.
Yeah. So James Spader, he's done a lot of movies. Like he did a movie called Sex, Lies, and Videotape that had stuff like that, and he did another movie called Crash about.
I've seen it.
Yeah. So he's it's funny how he's in that interesting genre of.
It's probably his lifestyle privately.
Maybe,
and he just throws it into his art.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, it's a good thing he finds good directors to kind of facilitate that. But so for people that might not understand, like they might have these different, like these kind of stereotypes tonight of what a submissive actually is. So how would you describe it, as accurately or as realistically?
Well, so I can only describe myself as a submissive, right? Because it's just
everybody's
so broad.
There's different.
And there's different types of submissives. You could be a little, you could be into DDLG, you can be a brat, you can be so many things.
Yes.
I like to consider myself 100% submissive. I say yes. And for the word no, it is a discussion.
Okay.
That most likely still turned into a yes.
Okay.
But just with some understanding, right? So I'm not a brat. I don't pick fights or I don't do negative things for attention. We don't do punishments for things. Like I'm not punished or something like that.
Yes.
I am a masochist, so I am into pain.
Okay.
I like surgical pain, but I also like a little mental stuff. I like a little mind fuck here and there. Hurt my feelings, make me cry.
Okay, wow. All right.
And then I come back for more. But I also like bruises. The bruises had to pause, though, because of the porn.
Yeah, and I'm sure that might have used a couple of red flags with certain people.
They're like,
they're like, are you okay?
So I can't get as many spankings now because my ass is on screen. But, I enjoy 100% pure subservience.
Okay.
I like to start my day. So me and my partner, I do something like a daily inspection every morning before we even commence with any sort of communication. I do an inspection and I show my entire body. I say a daily mantra that we've had for the last 3 years.
Okay.
And I pretty much give myself to my partner and they approve me, and then we commence with our day and our regular life.
Okay.
I don't go to bed without, that final word, what I'm eating, my doctors, what I wear, how I live my life. Those things are all discussed and approved.
Yeah.
I don't make a ton of decisions because I really don't kind of have to, because we've discussed what our playbook is. Hey, I know I'm on a specific diet because I have work and I have body goals. So those things are being taken care of. My beauty goals are being taken care of. All the things, really. I like simple, if I go to dinner with my friends, I send a picture of the menu and he picks what I eat. And I'm happy with that. When we go out to eat together, I don't even got to say anything because he knows what I want.
Yeah.
So I'm good. And I enjoy that. I enjoy making decisions though in small ways, when I send him gifts because he sends me gifts, and so then I get to pick gifts. So you get
you get a little bit of autonomy to be able to make certain decisions.
Yeah. And like I said, we have a discussion.
Okay.
So granted, I don't know about that, but I can say that. I can say, I don't know. And then we'll discuss, we'll pivot from this, or no, this is what we're doing. I'm like, okay. But at least I'm able to voice how I feel. Yeah. And it's taken into consideration. Okay. And I appreciate that. But I enjoy the total power exchange. I enjoy that I'm not carrying the weight of the world anymore by myself. Yeah,
you have somebody that's doing the heavy lifting.
I like that. Yeah. I find myself asking just anything, just simple stuff, not even just cute, what nail color should I get? I'm making big life career decisions, and sometimes I don't know. And so I now get to ask my partner, and we get to discuss it and figure it out. where I'm going to live next. Like, I have a kid going off to college next year, so I'm going to like empty nest. And I'm like, where am I going to live? Like, what am I going to do? And all those things, usually if as a single person, you would just do by yourself. And so now I get to not only ask my partner, but I'm being taken care of too by my partner. So it's like, okay, I'm going to be okay.
And I think that that's something that a lot of people might not realize, that they think that it's
not just sex.
Yeah, that it's not just a sexual relationship, that it's not just about like some sort of, fantasy or kink or fetish that's being played out. It's that's why it's a lifestyle. It's not just a...
And every part, mind, body, and soul, I'm submissive to my partner and he's dominant.
Okay.
But dominant in a safe way, not dominant in a dangerous way. Like there's nothing that he's asked that I felt in danger. And that's the most important thing.
Well, and I think that, safety safety and trust. I mean, like any relationship though, but I feel like it's extra important in a dominant submissive relationship.
Fully.
Because you are putting essentially all of your trust, on to a degrry that maybe people don't really understand.
And I like to say it's easy because nothing's easy, but for me to be sub, it's hard to be a dom.
Yeah.
Because he has his own thing, his own life.
Yeah.
And then now my life. And everything that he does in his life does affect me. And the things he does with my life affect me.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of pressure. Like if he's having a bad day, I can be there. But at the same time, it's like I'm having a bad day, but I still got to be there for her.
Yeah.
Because I don't maybe want to talk today, but today she's an inspection and today she's asking me if she should have chlorophyll with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
with her bubbles or not. And you're like, okay.
Like
whatever the thing, he's got to show up. And so he's making a commitment to me all the time, taking on this big responsibility outside of the sexual aspect that's really prevalent too, because that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But so much of the emotion, because we have a genuine relationship along with all of the sexual layers that are in our sandwich.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that people don't realize though that the kind of responsibility that that people think that, if you're the dom, then it's easy for you because you're just giving orders, you're just doing this.
Nope,
but
it's hard.
No, you have to.
And
be
I'm
the
emotional. I'm a crybaby.
Well, and the thing is, I think that it's you would say that it's probably very, choosing the right person is a very very different. Can be
every
very
part
difficult.
of choosing your partner, no matter what, whether it's traditional or non-traditional, can make or break your life.
Oh yeah.
And I can say my life has changed substantially just in the last 2 years because of my partner. I can say I find my relationship very healing in a lot of ways, mentally, because like I said, I've been able to release a lot of shame and tension and things I was hiding, and I'm no longer a liar, right? Because I get to be myself.
You don't have to pretend to be somebody.
I'm blossoming as a person and a little bit kind of late, right? Maybe.
I mean, the fact that you found it though some people find it in their 50s or their 60s.
But it's happening. But it's happening because the catalyst of I met someone that let me be free. And then even him, he's having these discoveries and he's a bit older than me. And so we have a bit of an age gap. But even he's doing things for the first time and feeling safe enough to say things that he's never said. So it's really enlightening for the both of us. We came in with big flashlights in a dark room and we're we found each other. So
nice.
I think that that's really cool for me. I think that a lot of women should consider being submissive and consider BDSM because why not?
Yeah.